Hello, my friends. Today, I'm not going to give you some ordinary advice that makes you feel good like a casual friend would. Have you ever heard of the 50-30-20 rule, which lets you control money instead of money controlling you? Probably not. If you don't know how to manage your money, you can't even realize how it manages you or how you're actually a slave to it. I'm Benjamin. When I was 22, I started using this 50-30-20 tactic, and honestly, if I hadn't, I wouldn't even be able to tell you this story today. I'd probably be working a 9-to-5 job and daydreaming uselessly. By the time I was 25, I had founded my own company in Los Angeles. I'm 27 now, and I can guarantee you that without these rules, nothing would have happened. There's a simple but powerful idea behind this rule. Earning is not enough. You need to distribute what you earn correctly and spend it wisely. If you don't have a plan, money slips through your fingers like a drop of soapy water. We all know that feeling. When your paycheck arrives, a voice inside says, "I'll be careful this time." But a few days later, another voice takes over, "My money's gone again." The war between these two voices is the inner conflict we all experience. The 50-30-20 rule is a simple compass that brings order to that battle. This rule is based on one of the simplest yet most effective personal finance books, All Your Worth, by Elizabeth Warren and Amelia Tiaggi. Years ago, no one thought such a simple method could change people's lives. And to be honest, I didn't either. But it really did. Often the solution isn't complicated, it's just clear. Now, let's see how this rule looks in real life. When I was 22, I earned about $1,800 per month. Not bad, right? But at the end of every month, the same question never left my mind. Where did it go? I was tired of this question because I couldn't do activities with my friends whenever I wanted. Actually, the issue wasn't money. It was peace of mind. I thought, I'll relax as I earn more, but it's always the same cycle. One evening, I grabbed my notebook and wrote the heading 50-30-20. I wanted to know where my money was going. The plan was simple and straightforward. 50% of my income went to essentials, 30% to discretionary spending, and 20% to the future. That is, out of $1,800, $900 went to rent, bills, groceries, and transportation. $540 was for fun, eating out, Starbucks, weekend events. The remaining $360 was for the future, emergency fund, payments, and small investments. The first week went better than I imagined. I started taking organized notes and checking my accounts. But in the second week, the phone rang. "We're going out Friday night. One burger, one concert ticket, and a little just this once." Later, my $540 fun budget was approaching $750. I went home, looked at my ledger, and laughed at myself. So the problem wasn't the money. It was me. Because the 50-30-20 rule isn't just a formula, it's a mirror. When you look at that table, you realize it's more about yourself than money. There's another interesting part of this story. I had heard about this system before, but at the time I earned less. I thought, forget it. This money isn't enough anyway. What plan can I make? Of course, my income increased later, but the sentence didn't change. This money still isn't enough. This is a paradox everyone faces. Income increases, but if the system doesn't change, there will always be gaps, my friends. For money not to control and enslave you, first the ratios need to change. The issue isn't the amount you earn, it's your relationship with money. One evening, I had my coffee and thought, I'm not actually mismanaging money, I'm just not managing my emotions. That sentence stays hidden somewhere inside all of us. Because controlling money is controlling your emotions. People usually fail not because of numbers, but because of emotions. My friends, don't make that mistake. The 50-30-20 rule restores that balance. But I realized something else. The only way to make this sustainable is automation. Trust the system, not your willpower. As soon as my salary came in, I created 3 sub-accounts in my bank: Essentials, Fun, and Future. Money was automatically divided into these accounts as soon as it arrived. I no longer had to make decisions every month. That's the secret of 50-30-20, my friend. You don't decide, let the system decide for you. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired every day you make decisions. The system never tires, never sleeps, and is a loyal friend. Most people burn out emotionally, not financially. Instead of saying, I'll be careful this time every month, you set the system once, and it's a smart strategy. One day my paycheck arrived, but something was different. I looked at my account, smiled, and said, no panic anymore. I know how this month will go. Did I become rich? No. But I gained the most valuable thing, a sense of control. Financial freedom starts right there. Because what gives a person confidence is not money, but the sense of control. I realized I don't need money. I need a system. It's not really about $900, $540, or $360. What those ratios give you is lasting. They make you question temporary expenses, clarify your priorities, and you realize money is not your master. It's a tool. Because in reality, we are all seeking financial peace, not financial freedom. That peace comes through a planned system. We all turn the freedom we feel when our paycheck arrives into the panic of, my money's gone again, a few days later. The 50-30-20 rule can be the first step to break this cycle. It's not about becoming rich. It's about regaining control. If money controls you, you feel stressed. If you control money, you find peace. So, my friends, today I'm asking you for just one thing. After watching this video, open your account and look at your spending from last month. How much did you allocate to needs, wants, and the future? Write down those amounts and ask yourself, am I controlling my money, or is it controlling me? This simple yet striking question is the beginning of financial awareness. Our goal is not just to provide information, but to establish a truly actionable system and highlight common mistakes. If you want this kind of content to continue, don't forget to leave a like so I know you want more. And write in the comments, how is your 50-30-20 allocation? Is there balance between needs, wants, and the future? Remember, money management is about controlling your behavior before your numbers. Numbers change, markets fluctuate, but good habits are lasting. At the end of the day, what makes you financially free is not the money in your account, but the system in your mind.